the age-old battle of the sexes, men versus women. You got Team Baby Mama and you got Team Baby Daddy. So guys, with this being a men's channel, you can already come to a foregone conclusion that we are pro. I mean, all pro. I mean, all Madden, dude, as far as Team Baby Daddy, dude. This is a men's channel, dude. We having some fun. Dudes, I got your back. Baby daddies, I got your back, dude. Bedford, baby daddies, a 1-2 combo. I got my guys. They got me. Dudes, we ready to rock and roll. Just hanging there and wait and see.
There you go, Mama. Get him.
Ready. Fight!
The baby needs shoes.
Stop!
You're supposed to be daycare this month.
Excuses!
You missed your son's birthday.
Excuses!
Oh, my God. Listen.
Ow! Wait, you can't do that!
Court.
Are you?
Court.
Are you? DNA test!
You know who the daddy of that chocolated baby is?
Out of Peppy.
You're talking to the Rolex!
Yeah.
Wearing, yeah!
Diamond ring wearing. Kiss stealing.
Woo! Wheeling dealing! Limousine riding!
Now give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
What's up with it? My name is DeAndre, and I'm a DBD. Them kids.
Can I at least get child support?
The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I check my phone, I ignore my kids and my baby mama.
I want to give a big shout out to my DBD MVP. That's right, dude. DBD MVP. DeAndre, by not letting the selfishness of his baby mama and those crumb snatchers destroy his dreams. You see my guy working hard, working on trying to get a scholarship, man. He's living his best life. Who do these kids and these baby mothers think that they are to push us around, dude? Okay, you don't sign a check with my name on it, ma'am, and or kids. So that means, ma'am, and kids, you're not the boss of me. All right.
When I say y'all say them kids.
I hate my baby mama. I take pride in being a DBD. I might show up on birthdays and holidays. It's not for sure. It's not 100%. So, Mom, can you watch her, yes or no?
No, I'm not gonna watch. Is that my daughter or is that your daughter?
I hate every single last one of them. I'm definitely gonna make promises I can't keep. I might forget how old you are. I might even forget your birthday. I'm gonna tell my kids I'm gonna be around more. Psych!
I'll do nothing!
All 10 of them, all 12 of them. How many I got? Them all. I hate all of them.
Can you at least come see your daughter? Yeah, I want to see you.
No.
Again, to DeAndre, kudos, my guy. I'm going to say he's somewhat of a maverick. He's a gunslinger. He plays by his own rules, okay? Plays by his own rules, man. He's a wild boy. He's his own individual. He has his own philosophy. Nobody's going to rain on his parade, okay? He's going to put his meat in any creek that he desires and proverbially shoot that club up and let the chips fall where they may, okay? This guy is a weapon of mass destruction, okay? Laying waste, okay? Leaving broken homes like a tornado through a trailer park, dude, okay? This guy is something else. DeAndre, DBD MVP. DeAndre, DBD MVP. I think he's going for back-to-back seasons, dude.
I'm a deadbeat dad. Yeah, that's right. When I see my kids, I lose my sight. I lose my sight. I lose my sight. See, it's like a generational deadbeat dad thing. Like my dad didn't take care of me, his dad didn't take care of him, like that. So I want to keep it going with my kids, you know?
On his family crest will be a box of unused condoms, a phone with tens of missed calls and text messages from children as well as baby mothers, as well as a pocket full of money and a fresh pair of Jordans to hit the club so we can do it again.
What the is a condom? What the is a condom? These my real kids. I take care of them. Look, well fed. Look at it. Look, you're a good boy. You're good. You see that? Just know, if you look up deadbeat dad in the dictionary, I'm gonna be right there, like this.
Now, here in the Western Hemisphere, no child is born without a woman's approval. Women control the access to any sexual encounter. Women control what child is going to be born. Women pick the man that they lay down with to procreate. So, ladies, you have to be very diligent in who you pick, because if it goes wrong and once this responsibility is on this guy and he turncoats on you, it's pretty much all your fault because you allowed him to hit and split, right? There's a whole bunch of things that you could have done that are square on the lady's shoulders to keep from being pregnant. You know, I'm not a big fan of abortion, but you could have done that. You could have made sure he had contraceptives. Now, guys, I also think that you need to be in control of that. But some guys just are frivolous with their seed and don't mind putting their meat in different creeks. They just don't care. But ladies, this is, I would say, maybe 80% of this decision to have a kid with whomever. It's all your decision, and you're tied to this man for life. So you have to choose wisely, because like I said earlier, if it goes bad, you can't really be mad at anybody but yourself. You picked him. You allowed this. It's like if you live in a bad neighborhood and you left the door open and somebody just came in, that's kind of your fault. You kind of knew what you definitely knew what you were doing. You know, no one can really have any sympathy for you on that. And all you can do going forward, ladies, is make the best out of a bad situation. A lot of times, ladies pick guys for the wrong reasons, you know, and a lot of times, a lot of guys, ladies, are here for a good time and not a long time. And that also goes into another story of how ladies present themselves and what kind of guy they are. And ladies, you are what you attract. Very much so. You are what you attract. So just keep that in mind. Pick the right guy, ladies. I know you can't pick the guy for right now, ladies. You got to pick the guy going forward. You know, because everybody's cool when the party's going and the drinks are pouring and the music's loud. But when the party stops and real life hits, you get to see a different side of people.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go to work.
Going to work? Why are you always going to work?
If I'm going to work so we have a baby, I can take care of it.
Bird, no, I don't want to have a baby with you.
Why not? We've been together for 8 years. I got a place and the money to take care of a baby.
Because, Bird, I just don't think you're ready.
Well, you know what, man? I'm gonna give you some time to think about it. I'm going on the road for 2 weeks. I'll be back. He gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
My big mama just kicked me out.
Well, Bird, I got news.
What's news?
I'm pregnant and it's your kid.
Man, I already got 12 baby mamas. What make you think I'm gonna take care of this baby?
Well, I don't know, Bird. I just see something in you.
I don't know if you see it me, because I'm leaving. I'm not taking care of this one either.
Now, dudes, this is something that I've seen a lot. Now, some of us would think that this is a very precarious, peculiar situation, that a woman would choose a guy who has prior obligations than a guy who would be fully committed to her with no baggage, right? And what I've learned from women is that it's almost to their psyche or their philosophy that when she sees that he already has a woman, that his life is already kind of structured. It's almost like a restaurant, right? So when you go to a restaurant, it's like this guy has business, right? The guy with the baby mother has business, right? Whereas the guy who would have just been building himself wanting a good woman doesn't have business. But she sees the guy as having business, right? So in her mind, it's like, well, this is a place good for me because another woman is already there. Women go off the response from the group, right? If women see a lot of women liking it, right, doesn't matter who these women are or who the guy is, it signifies to them that it's cool. Like, it's easy for women to bring in other women for a guy. They're just going to listen to her and buy it. Hands down, they're not going to question it, right? Now, and I know we've seen this, guys. Like, it will be women who will be the second or third baby mother to a top tier guy, an athlete, an entertainer, one of the 1%, right? But, most of the public is, your average ordinary guy. So most of these ladies will be in the stratosphere of your average ordinary Joe. And most modern men are single without kids. So there's a select few a select few men that make the majority of all the kids in a lot of communities, a lot of different demographics, which is weird because on the inverse, a guy would want a woman without any kids, without any baggage, where he looks at her like untapped resources, untapped potential. But a woman sees a guy who's already been in a relationship or has these things, it's like he's already kind of ready made. And it's weird. And it, to me as a guy, it doesn't make sense. But that's kind of just how I believe, and I could be wrong, how the female psyche looks at these things.
Man, this third plan B I done bought this week, man. I need to slow down.
Bert, I know that ain't you. I haven't seen you in 2 years since I told you I was pregnant.
Well, I told you I won't take care of no baby, so.
Well, what about child support?
Child support? What you want me to give you some money?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what I got in my pocket, man. Man, you know I ain't got no job to be taking care of no baby, man. How old is he now?
He's 3.
3? All right. That's all I got for him.
Bert, $1? $1 isn't going to take care of no kid.
Well, I told you I got 12 kids, and if I pay this, I ain't be able to take care of my other 12 kids.
Now, dude, this fascinates me. Like the women I was speaking about earlier, who would choose to be second, third, or fourth baby mother, right? So unless this guy is a top tier, an NFL, an NBA, entertainer, someone who's very successful, one of the top 1%. I don't know, maybe it's a half of a percent, right? That if it's a regular, ordinary Joe, that this guy doesn't have that much resources. If he has 2 or 3 baby mothers to spread around, or maybe more like this guy said, he has 12, right? His funds are limited, right? He's getting taxed, he's getting raked over the coals, right? From the rooter to the tutor. Like, let's just be honest. But it's like the ladies chose to be second, third, or fourth. When you could have picked the guy who was like, hey, babe, I'm working for us. You can get the top tier treatment. You can get the better half of my paycheck because it's, the majority is going to us in this new family. But the ladies chose for whatever reasons that they have choose, and they have the right to choose. The reasons are, they are their reasons, right? No judgment. But then you get in a position where it's like, well, okay, now you're baby mother number 3, and you know that you aren't going to get a lot of time, a lot of resources from this man. This man is being stretched thin. But this is what you signed up for, ladies, right? This is what you signed up for. Then you try to jump back into the market and want another guy, right? And expect another man to come in and pay a higher price for something that you signed up to be baby mama number 3 or 4, whatever, right? Like, how asinine is that? And how ridiculous could it be, or would it be of her to ask for a higher price from the next guy? That's totally ridiculous. An egregious oversight on her behalf, to say the least.
My name is Leo, and I'm not Letitia's baby daddy. How can I be the baby daddy when she sent me and my friends the same coochie bit?
Are you my daddy?
What you gotta do is ask her to smell her bonnet and tell her to see if she deserves to have a real good baby daddy. How you gonna say the baby got my nose? My nose right here. My nose right here. How the baby got my nose? I don't know why she keeps saying that I'm her baby daddy. I can't get rid of this chick. She like coochie head. She just keep coming back. What she gotta do is break that bathroom sink so she could take a real bath. And what she gotta do before my hair with her Texas is buy tires because they bald too.
In the case of 4-year-old Brandon, Gary, you are not.
Dude, this is the funniest thing ever. A lot of guys act like they created a sports dynasty, won the Super Bowl, PGA Tour, whatever, when they find out that the paternity test confirmed their suspicions and revealed that they are not the father. Hilarious. And also must-see TV. You gotta watch. Stay tuned.
Why don't you ever talk about the men that don't pay child support?
Because it's women like you who spread your legs for guys like that. Why don't you ever talk about the responsibility of women who choose irresponsible males to procreate with and then complain later when they're irresponsible?
No.
The women who have a one-nighter with a bartender or a guy on a motorcycle or a musician, and then you complain later on the guy's a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat to begin with.
Let him cook. No, you need more energy. I got you, Max. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Nobody can ever talk to you because you don't let any
People talk to me all day long. You can't talk to me.
No, I'm trying to talk to you and you're talking over.
Dear, don't tell me how to do a radio show. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't need your help.
Okay, let me. Can I please just say this? I was married once before. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I had a child together.
Right.
After I was tired of him beating me for 2 years, I left him.
Really? But why did you tolerate it for 2 years? Can you tell me why you tolerated being beaten for 2 years? I'd like to hear about this.
My answer to that is because I was young and stupid.
Okay, I agree with you.
There you go.
You were stupid. No doubt about it. And now what are you going to complain that he doesn't pay child support? A guy who beat you for 2 years? Imagine that. The guy is irresponsible.
Right.
He beat me for 2 years, and now that deadbeat doesn't pay.
So why is it my
There's your big concern. Now we see why you're so upset about this. You chose a manifestly irresponsible, violent individual to procreate with. Then you're amazed that the guy doesn't send you child support.
He didn't beat me until
You're still, you know what, dear? You were young and stupid. Now you're old and stupid.
Now, ladies, I understand that a lot of times women will get impregnated at a young age. They weren't taught the characteristics to seek in a man. Well, let me help you ladies out. So, ladies, you want to pick a man for later on down the line. And what does that mean? That means you need to pick a man and see where he is 10, 15 years from now. If this is the man that you want to have a baby with. Because a lot of guys out there, ladies, just like we have fun girls, there are fun guys. And they are here for a good time and not a long time. They don't plan on staying. So if they get you pregnant, I mean, a lot of men look at it like this, ladies. If you let a man have relations with you without protection, right, and you get pregnant, we just kind of look at it like, well, that was your fault, because you do have all the access to sex and all the access to who's being born. So, ladies, it is a big responsibility on your shoulder, and I understand that it is unfair, but it is pretty much on your shoulders about who you lay down with and who you procreate with.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth, and a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children, and I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want.
Now, this next tidbit goes to both men and women. So when somebody tells you who they are, please believe them. Just like this gentleman here says he didn't want to have anything to do with these kids, i.e., he doesn't want anything to do with these women. Now, me personally, I only lay down with women that I would be willing to procreate with. So if she did keep the baby, I'm like, hey, I like her, blah, 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 etc. We can move forward. I personally don't just go out here and randomly share my seed being reckless, because I personally do not want to have my children scattered all about. That means my kids are going to go without. They are going to go maybe hungry some nights, or don't get enough attention that they need. And me as the father, as bringing them in, whether she went against my wishes or not, I'm going to make sure that my kids are straight. So I make sure that I put myself in the positions, not a precarious position as this young fella has, so that my kids are going to be under my tutelage, under my wing, under my roof. I think that's the least you could do as a father, because this world is rough and tumble, man. There are a lot of sickos and weirdos here, you know. So ladies, yes, it is up to you to keep the baby, or have the baby rather. Like I said, I'm not a big proponent of abortion. You know, guys, we just have to look at our partners from a long-standing relationship point. Is this somebody that I want to be with potentially 5 years from now? What are your plans for yourself 5 years from now? Where do you want to be? These are all good questions you should ask, male and female, to show some compatibility. If you guys are on the same mind frequency, then this is maybe potentially someone you could have a baby with. Now, things still could go awry. There's a million factors. There are a lot of moving parts to a relationship. It's two people from two different worlds. And also be aware, guys, that hurt people hurt people. If you meet somebody that you like and they came, let's say that you met someone, guy or girl, and your parents are married, and you very much believe in the institution of marriage, right? And the other person didn't grow up in a loving, caring household. They don't believe in the institution of marriage or staying together. They're just fly by night. So just having the core of those family and moral values, that's probably someone that you should not have intentions of laying down with, because they are fly by night, and you're going to be like the rock in the river. You're going to be steady, right? And they're going to fly away like the birds in the sky. This is somebody you need to know. You need to know your opponent, so to speak. Do some research on your potential partner, just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. People will tell you who they are, and please listen to them. And ladies, don't go out here trying to think that you can change a man. Please don't do that. This man has had multiple other women try to do the same thing, and he dealt them all the same fate. Okay? We know you guys are very powerful in your own way, but trying to change a man this way is not good. And only the child's going to suffer. And now this is what happens, guys, when women play second, third, fourth, and fifth baby mama. They get scraps, they get leftovers. And then want to play the struggle game and play victim. You can't do that. You knew who this guy was ahead of time, okay? But you still chose to make the conscious decision to procreate and have a I would say maybe a broken family, right? The family's not whole. The dad is Red Rover. He's just roaming. He's just a roamer. And Papa was a Rolling Stone. You chose that guy. Don't expect your child to be too great. He didn't have all the tools he needed from a masculine energy and a feminine energy to grow up in a great environment to be something. Not saying that they can't overcome the odds. It's very well possible, but it's going to be very much more difficult.
So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a what nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with.
I have been married for 51 years. Got 2 sons, 42 and 40.
Oh man, dude, I got it. This was gonna be a Y-Chromozone first, a love story.
Them deadbeats. I'm still supporting the little boogers. Needed to take a test to see if any of us had a kidney good enough for my brother. Found out something interesting. They ain't my kids.
Hell no! Oh, hell no!
There's somebody else's. Of course, the only good thing is, I know it's not my fault that those 2 idiots got dumped into this world. Hell, I thought they took after their mother. Instead, they take after the plumber or the postman or the milkman, or, yeah, there were milkmen back when they came around. I mean, God only knows. It sure gets old. I do wish I knew who the real fathers were. And they ain't the same. She was bopping a couple of different guys.
Now, guys, we all know this is a men's channel. I am your host, Bedford Gaffney. I'm pro dude. But he said earlier in this confessional, or testimonial, whatever you want to call it, that this was not his fault. Yes, sir, this totally is your fault. And let me explain why. Because you knew that your woman was promiscuous. You knew that the woman that you like was a straight bop, straight from the streets, straight for the streets. But you, like a dumpski, chose to make an honest woman out of her, and we see that that didn't help at all. So I'm not going to blame her, because you knew she had a reputation. I'm sure there were other men that knew she had a reputation. I'm sure there were people in your circle that knew she had a reputation, my friend. But maybe, you know what? Maybe, guys, this is the inverse of him thinking that he can change the woman. We saw the video earlier where the guy didn't want to have kids from different women, you know, and the women maybe thought that they could change him. Maybe this is the inverse. Man think he could take a pro and turn her into a housewife. Failed miserably. Sir, this is your fault. I hate that these events happen to you, but a great indication of future performance is past performance. So if she's been a pro, she's going to stay a pro. Sorry for you, my good man. I hope your brother got the transplant that he needed. Guys, don't be a dumpski. You affiliated with Bedford in this channel, dude. We do not do dumpski stuff. We do not ice up women that are for the game, from the streets, for the game, for the streets. Okay, she is always a freelance worker. Okay, stay focused, dudes.
But if I could figure out who they were, I've been practicing law long enough that I pretty well figure I can sue their ass and get all my money back.
You are not the
Well, guys, that concludes our episode for today. I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Guys and gals, please like, comment, and subscribe. Matter of fact, whoever is watching, please like, comment, and subscribe so I can get a little motion, a little bit of activity going on the algorithm. Please comment, guys, because it's going to let me know what kind of content you want to see, things you do and you don't like. I'm really just kind of spitballing right now to see what content hits and what people like. So please just drop a line, guys, and let me know what you think. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said prior to, hit the bell for notifications so when I do release a new episode, you guys are going to be privy to that. Like again, thanks, guys. Thanks so much. And till the next time. Later, players.
This is it. I appreciate all the fans I had. Hate me or love me. You watched. That's all you could do. Thank you.